Hi everyone, my name is Andres Tadeo Robles Garcia, and I am going to talk to you about the liberalism during the Porfiriato. Well, that's Porfiriato. Now, a bit of introduction. After many years of war between these sides, we're talking about the liberals and conservators. The first one wanted a republic and democratic and federal republic, while the conservators wanted a centralized government. And finally, after several years of war, the liberals won. But this conflict led the country in a huge crisis, even lost the half of their territory. Then, with the restoration of the Republic, Juarez started to employ the liberal ideas, focused on a relationship with foreigners investors. But the man who was in charge of Mexico's modern nation was Porfirio Diaz. Now I'm going to talk about the backgrounds. To learn about the liberalism movement, we need to talk about modernity. Modernity started at the end of the 15th century and the first years of the 16th century. Uh, with the discovery of new territories like the New World and the European economic expansion. Also, we have during this time the Renaissance movement, where no when where there was a huge advancement of knowledge and started to questioning the church and there was to scientific revolution. And well, this Renaissance movement helped to the development of another movement called the Illustration, where the reason is the key of the knowledge. Well, the liberal movement was the result of the denial of the old regime, which was based on the absolutist system where the religion, tradition, and a centralist government were the basis. Well, now I'm going to talk you about the liberalism basis in Mexico. Well, since the independence war started in 1810, there were two groups in conflict, liberals and conservators, but they were known first as monarchists and republicans. The monarchists were, they wanted a government similar to the post-revolutionary France, while the republicans wanted to establish a government similar to the USA, where freedom, which was based on individual freedom. Well, now the era of independent Mexico. After the independence war was over, Mexico crossed for several years of conflict between the sides, liberals and conservators. And during this time, many people occupied the presidential chair, and this chaos costed the half of the Mexican territory. And well, there there were many wars during this time, several years of wars, and well, these are example. Like the war against the USA, where Mexico lost the half of their territory, the Reformas War, where started in 1857, and other conflict was the war against France. Well, with finally, after all these years of conflict, Juarez finally could restore the republic. And yes, with the restoration of the republic, Juarez made possible the establishment of a liberal politic model. And well, during his government, Juarez knew for the progress of the country was necessary the foreign investment and in sectors like mining and the production of raw materials. Also, the creation of communication lines like the telegraph and the railroad. Well, now we're going to talk about the the liberalism during the Porfiriato. Well, Porfirio Diaz came to the Mexican presidency in 1876 thanks to the Tuxtepec Revolution and the overthrow of Sebastián Lerdo de Tejada, that bold one. And well, the economic project of Porfirio Diaz was similar to Juarez. It, yes, it focused on the design of a financial and fiscal system, also the development of an open program of territorial integration associated with the communications problem. And finally, other important aspect was the country's pacification. Well, Diaz followed the positivist movement. This positivist movement was created by Auguste Comte, the man in the left. And well, the government of Diaz was based on the phrase order and progress, or orden y progreso. And well, he being more important for him the economic center and the modernization than the social problems of the country. Well, throughout his government, he promoted several agrarian laws for the benefit of the large states. Some of the large states came to encompass 100,000 or even 200,000 hectares. And well, the demarcation companies, most of them were foreigners, took advantage of these laws and possessed a great part of the Mexican territory during this time. And well, as we know, Diaz opened the doors of the country to the foreign investors, mostly Americans, English, Germans, and French, and well, which focused on the mining and the production of railways. There were the first sectors in which they focused. And well, now, yes, the railways production increased. And for example, during the Sebastián Lerdo de Tejada government, there was a little more than 500 kilometers of railways, while in Diaz government, there was around 25,000 kilometers, a huge difference. And well, these railways help to communicate the isolated parts of the country. And well, other of his achievements were in the communications matter was the first telegraphic and telephonic net. And the telegraphic and telephonic net was designed, and this helped to virtually unite the scattered parts of the territory in tax and Bueno, in tax and custom matters, he eliminated the alcabala, tax that was created by the Spanish crown in 1571. And well, also he created several hospitals and also perfecting the mail. Well, for the pacification of the country, he eliminated the banditry. Also, for the, well, in education matters, he, he started the foundation of the first kindergartens, and also he created a lots of buildings like the palace, like the Bellas Artes Palace. And another important building was the Lecumberri's prison. Well, that were some of his achievements. And now, as conclusion, well, Porfirio Diaz decided to sacrifice the freedom of Mexicans in exchange for a modernization of the country, which was given thanks to foreign investment. Economic growth and modernization of the country was something never seen before, and all thanks to Porfirio Diaz, but to a tremendous cost. Mexico was a country where a few people, only the landowners, were the owners of every territory, and well, the vast majority of the population was in the poverty. They worked as farms, as servants, or as laborers in industries, where their working hours were extremely hard for a paltry salary. This is the other side of the modernization of Mexico during the Porfiriato. And I think that's all of my part. Thank you.